We have a lot of deer in the area, and people have told me that they've driven by and see deer coming in or out of my garden or standing in it. But it's on rare occasions. The best thing I've found to use is the original brand of Irish Spring soap. Now you can see last year's bar in this cloth bag, just a mesh bag you get onions, different things in. I take and run a tie around the bag. I twist it and run a tie around it 4 or 5 times, run it around the pole, tie it, run it around the pole a couple more times and tie it. And the air circulation as the wind blows, depending on what direction it is, if the garden's over there, if the wind's at my back, it's going to carry the scent all the way across the garden. And so the deer have a great nose. They could probably smell a human at 400 or 500 yards in a light breeze. This interferes with their the sensors in their nose, and they lose their sense of smell, and their sense of smell is so great they use it as a defense mechanism to stay out of trouble. And they seem to leave the garden alone with it, but you need to put them on the corners where the wind predominantly grows. Now I'll go to the end of this and show you another one, because we always use 2 and sometimes 3. This is the south side of the garden, and in warm weather you generally get a lot of breezes and wind from the south and the southwest and southeast. When you get a cold front, you might get some wind out of the north. If all our winds were out of the north, I would put more of it up on the other end of the garden. But since most of the winds are at my back, it will carry it across this garden. This is just a suet feeder. You can see how many years that this soap has been put in here. Well, I'm not taking the other out. It probably still has a little odor to it. But when you pull this bar of soap out of that box, you can smell it. If you can smell it, the deer could smell it 400 yards, 500, 600 yards from here. It's just a little help. It's just 2 bars of soap. And since we use that, well, I use it. My wife doesn't use that kind. But since I use it, we had it anyway. And I should have already put them out, because I had 8 of them across the street that I could have put out long ago. We haven't had a lot of deer problem. Now deer can come up here with this fence and reach right over there with its head and just chew all the tops off of that. But I know they're not going to come in here tonight because the ground's so wet and they don't like their hooves to sink away. Just a little tip. I get the breezes blowing both directions across my garden, and it generally helps. Don't get upset with my Japanese feeders close to the garden. It's really a no-no on a garden. Now right here, I have about 1/3 more in this one, and they've been just coming right off that grapevine. They smell it and they just go straight to it. Pow! And if you buy them, the one with that second pheromone is the best one to buy. It's got a yellow plastic top on it. It's got a round disc of that and that. That is the best kind to buy. I put a tie wrap open because sometimes they'll close up in the middle, and I don't want them to come back up. But when they hit this one, they immediately just fall. This one I bought over there, they will come up to it and fly away. Now it has some in it, but that one is a fresh new one. And this is last year's. It was in a gallon Ziploc bag, and it's caught more. But when they get near this, they just fall. With that one, see that one over there? I don't know if you can see it, but he's flying around the top of it. Now he should, if this trap behind me was over there, he'd already be in the bag. See, it's just floating around. That's a brand new fresh scented one, but it doesn't have that second pheromone scent, or the color of yellow of the plastic's different. But it's the scent that sort of hypnotizes them and they just fall. And that one doesn't work as well. Now all I'm saying is it doesn't work as well for me. It might work well where you are. But I couldn't find the one behind me because that's the one I like.